Good afternoon, and welcome to Blindformers. I am your host, Blind Prime, and for you today, I have Transformers Alternators slash Binaltech Skids, who is a Scion Xb. Now, alternators slash Binaltech, I say that because in America they had the alternators line, which was mostly comprised of plastic parts, whereas in Japan they had the Takara had its Binaltech line, which was mostly comprised of metal parts. So that they would be those really cool metal vehicles that you would see at the gas stations and stuff, but they would actually transform. And I have to say, it was pretty unique. So, right here, we have him in his car mode. As you can see, it's got real working doors. Oh no. Come on, door. Open up. It's sticky because I don't transform it very often. You see, you can open up the door, raise that seat up because it was lowered. And also, open up the back door here. So let's get this thing open. Come on. These back doors are difficult to open. There we go. Get the back door open. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get the other side door open. There we are. Oh, no, don't take the bottom board of the stuff. There you go. There. And then this door opens. Look at that. Yeah. This guy's so cool. Even the hood opens. When you open the, so the hood opens, and there's an engine in there. There's a little Scion engine. And even the tailgate here opens up like a hatchback Scion Xb. Look at that. All fully open, and there's even a little bit of room in the trunk. You could actually store some extra weapons or something. In these seats, you can't really fit any action figures in. I have tried, but that's because there's not really a footboard area. But pretty neat. It's got steering. You move one wheel, and the other wheel moves on the front. That's pretty neat. And rubber tires. Yay for rubber tires. We haven't seen rubber tires in forever, Hasbro. Bring us our rubber tires back. So, let's go ahead and close down the hood. Well, actually, we'll just leave it all out for the measurement side. So, this guy is a bigger figure because he comes from back in like 2005? Maybe 2006? Just so y'all know, he is an oldie. So there we go, right there. Already, you're like 15 years old. So we have 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So his vehicle mode is 22 studs long. And it is, here we are right there. We'll just measure it from wheel to wheel. Come on. There you go, cool. All right, so barely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 studs wide in vehicle mode. So that's 22 studs long by 10 studs wide. All right, for comparison, and remember my thing where if you get the packaging in vehicle mode, I'll start it in vehicle mode. So this guy does come in vehicle mode when you get him. Here's the comparison with a little bitty cliff jumper. Cliff jumper can actually, sit on top of it. Yeah. You can strap down your little cliff jumper RC car on top of your Scion. Go away, cliff jumper. So, yeah, cliff jumper is basically the length of the entire roof of this guy. So you want to go ahead and, before we do the transformation part, we're going to want to close up the doors. Except for the front ones, just go ahead and leave them open. And that will be useful later. Go ahead and, before beginning transformation, reach inside and pull out the engine, which transforms into a gun. So you set that off to the side. A little engine gun. All right. Once that is complete, and you have shut the back door, the hatch door, and the two back doors, but leave the front two open. It may just make things easier down the line. So, first and foremost, we want to grab the front of the Scion Xb with your thumb on the hood and your hand below it, and pull it forwards. This may be a little more difficult in the Takara because everything's metal, but you want to make sure that those baseboards below the doors actually got slid out too, which I forgot to do. Be careful with this guy. Do not forget steps like that. This is a professional guy, so you can break things. I've already kind of broken the front windscreen area by accident a few years ago. So once you have taken and when you move this guy forward, or when you move the front of the vehicle forward, it will leave the windshield and the seats behind, but take the entire engine block, the two front wheels, and the doors in front of it. And you need to do this because these hands are ridiculous. Okay, so we're going to get into the arms in a moment. So before you do the arms, go ahead and fold the doors out and then down. There we go. Yeah. You want to make sure that you fold them out and down so that they're not really attached to the main frame of the car and they're not really attached to anything. Okay, go ahead and raise the hood just a smidge. Put your fingers in there and start moving them around. Moving that stuff around a little bit. All we need to do is just get it in the right order and it will just pop out. So you reach underneath the vehicle and you feel his little arms, his little arm and hand. You reach underneath the front of the vehicle, you get his little arm and hand. So I want to make sure that you've gotten all the little clippy things taken out. And now we're going to do the most difficult part of this transformation. This is literally the hardest part, guys. So that's why we're tackling it first, because we like a challenge here in Blindformers. All right, come on, come on. It is difficult to fish these hands out because, I mean, this guy's, there's barely any room left for maneuverability. So you just kind of got to work with it until you got it. Come on now, come on now. All right, come on. You could do it, Mr. Hands. Oh, wait, I think I got it. All right. So, right, I forgot another step. Look at me being stupid. Okay, so you remember how I told you to break the front? Well, actually, you can break the front even more down by just pulling on the hood away from the rest of the body, and you'll actually reveal the head in this little bar area. So once you've pulled the hood far away from the body and revealed the head, then the hands can actually unfold easier from inside. You still need to get in at them because it is a tight fit. But this thing was well engineered. All right, so flip the hands out and over. There we go. They just come out of the top of the hood, and when you get them all the way out, they should just kind of raise up into the air like they just don't care. And once you've done that, you want to lower them down and rotate and lower. Then do the same on this side. And you will get your shoulder pauldrons going. Look at them little cool shoulder pauldrons. And now we can work on the rest of the guy. So now it's time to work on the back. So the entire back of the Scion will actually, well, the entire top, the roof of the Scion will pop up, including the back area that has the hatch. Actually, the entire back panels, the little back windows of the Scion Xb will pop up with this. You want to go ahead and, while you've got this all popped up, rotate the back half of the vehicle, or the back half of the roof, 180 degrees, and then fold that forward and down. We're not going to do much with it now, except just leave it like that. So just fold it up over so it sits on top of the window in the front of the Scion, and we're not touching it. We've got other things to do. On the interior of the Scion Xb, you want to make sure that the steering wheel has lowered itself just a bit. Once you've done that, let's go ahead and start working on the legs. Now that we've gotten everything just about prepared. So for the legs, these guys are actually pretty clever. So they work like MP01 Optimus Prime. in that and the difference between them and the MPO-1 Optimus Prime with their legs is this doesn't require a locking port. So with MPO-1 Optimus Prime, you needed to unlock the legs by pressing in on a button. With these, you just want to reach underneath the vehicle, or the part of the robot, feel where his crotch is, and then right next to where the crotch is, which would just be this big rectangle, and it's got some texture on it, you will see that there are two skinnier, longer rectangles near that. Well, those are actually the knee area. So you want to grab the legs by reaching in and putting one finger on the back seat of the Scion and then one finger on that little the skinny rectangle, not the thick one that's the crotch, and then pull it up. Hear that snap? That is the leg extending. So we want to follow that process with the other side. So I've shown you the back side when I did it, so now we're just going to show the front side. So put a finger on the back seat, put a finger on the thin rectangle, and then pull up. Mine's sticky because it's old, but that's how you do it. And you'll hear that nice satisfying snap. You may need to give it a little extra force, but be careful with how much force you give things. Now the back bumper of the Scion Xb actually tilts forward, or tilts towards the underside of the vehicle. And then the back of the back seats actually folds up to be his feet. So we want to do that with the other side. Fold it up, and there we go. Now inside those feet is a heel peg, or a heel stilt thing. So you want to go ahead and reach your fingernail in there and pull that out so that he has a nice heel spike. Now in the back seat area, go ahead and fold the back seats over on top of themselves as if you were loading a Scion. And for the back doors, they just kind of flop. And just go ahead and make sure they're a little loose. Don't want to clamp them down in case something breaks. Just a little loose so that they can flop around on their own. We are almost there, guys. Now that that area is complete, we can then fold the front seats, and they will fold in on themselves, like so. Once the front seats are folded in on themselves, you want to fold the back of, the front windshield of the Scion backwards. And once that is complete, you then want to fold this front engine block, or the area where the hands came out of, the hood of the Scion. You want to fold it down and then down again, and it will form the midsection, like the belly of him. And his head, which you have found when you unfolded the front of the engine, should just be right there in the middle. Once that's done, go ahead and raise both of the doors back up on their little hinges and rotate them out because they're going to be like little wings. Now that that side is complete, fold up the back of him so that the back door fits over the front windshield. And there you have it. There he is in all of his glory. The Scion Xb Transformer. Who would have thought? Boxcar becomes robot, right? Let's see. Now, he does have a little difficulty on the positioning, but that's because he kind of does have a heavy backpack, and the way the backpack is designed, you can actually move it around and change it. There's no real, there's a real way they tell you to do it in the instructions, but then honestly, you could just do whatever. Like the way I did it is not in the instructions. I just did it that way. I honestly don't remember what was in the instructions. So, he's got all sorts of articulation. He is a very articulated guy, and he has got hands that are articulated as well, even down to having a gun trigger finger that moves separately from the rest of the fingers. So we're going to go ahead and load up his little firearm into his hand and make sure that the trigger finger's on the trigger. There we go. There you go, you little pot-bellied monster. I do like him because of his pot belly. He is an And the lure, he is an astrophysicist. Let's see if I can change up some stuff. Change the weight differential, so to speak. There we go. Rotate that back around and fold it like so. Maybe that will help with the weight differential. There. My guy's a bit looser because, you know, he's old, but you can lower the those front bumpers or the back bumper of the vehicle, and they will help stabilize the feet. Let's get the pad out and discuss his height. In robot mode, we will go from the top of his head instead of the top of those windows. So, boom. Not an exact match here, but 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, yeah, 23. 23 studs tall. He is just about as tall in robot mode as he is long in vehicle mode. Mine does like to fall backwards, but that's just, like I said, years. He's old. And I generally keep him in vehicle mode, but you could just bend the legs a little bit and get him in walking mode. Anyway, guys, this has been... Oh, wait, where's my Bumblebee? First off, here's a Minecraft Creeper. Minecraft Creeper stands up to the about the height of the door on the leg. And where is my Bumblebee? Bumblebee. Here you are, Bumblebee. Bumblebee stands up to the bottom of the wheel that makes up the hood of the car, which is his chest. I really enjoy Skids. I think Skids is fun. I also absolutely love the fact that this is a pot-bellied robot. And when you consider that Skids is an astrophysicist / mechanic, both of those professions tend to have pot bellies. So it just kind of makes sense. I really, really love the fact that he's got a pot belly. I think that's great. You know, we need to work on getting more male figures out there that are appropriate to the male size. Just most of us have pot bellies in some form or fashion. But yeah, I really like this guy. He's fun. He's a funny little dude. And now when I bought him years ago, I got him pretty good price. I had actually had to I found him at a Walmart back whenever I was collecting Transformers in the early 2000s before I stopped for a while. So as transformation goes, this guy is definitely complex. He requires a bit more effort and a bit more skill because you can't be as aggressive with him as you can with the other Transformers I have done on this channel. This guy is definitely fragile in some forms and fashions. As I told you, I have accidentally broken a piece off of him by just transforming him. And it's important that you take Transformers like this with care. But this is not a hard Transformer to get a hold of either. I found a Binaltech one just recently. I bought it as a present, and it was about $50 online. Now, you may think, oh, $50. Well, $50 was how much it cost online when it first came out back in 2006 or 7. So when you consider that the Binaltech was $50 when it first came out in American, then it really has actually degraded in value over the years. This is not one that many people actually have collected. And so it's available to you if you want a fun little box car that transforms and has cool detailing on the inside. You can find one for a relatively easy price. But yep, as transformations go, this guy's an 8 out of 10. He is a very difficult transformation. He's not the most difficult I've ever come across. There are some that just make you want to rip your hair out sometimes, and I hope to get a hold of one of those in the near future to discuss it on this channel. So far, this is the most complicated Transformer on the channel, and that's strictly because of the gimmicks of, you know, the moving wheels and the hidden weaponry, and also how you have to unfold those hands from the front of the vehicle. That bit would get you every time with Skids. So when you saw how much I was struggling with it at the beginning of this video, and be careful with that and be delicate with it. You can use more force with the knees, because, you know, they need some force to be pulled out of their sockets. But for the most part, it's a fun Transformer. And as enjoyment goes, with it, you know, it's 8 rubber, you know, well, it's 4 rubber wheels, and the fact that it looks just like a model car that you may have put together yourself, I give it a 9 out of 10. You know, the only thing stopping this thing from having really great shelf value is the fact that my Alternators one, which I can't see them anymore, but they have stupid red flames on the sides, and I'd never liked that. Skids does not deserve red flames. He is not that kind of Autobot. He's more of the boring type who gets overlooked. Anyway, I am Blind Prime, and this has been Blindformers, and I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Please comment below, subscribe, and if you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up doodle, that help us all out. Thank you very much, and remember to share. All right.